We will have all of the incredible and amazing people that are participating in this year's Disgiving linked down below. Please go watch. Maybe you'll see a new recipe. I know last year Jessie Cherry made this like cheese thing that was fantastic and I had to try it. So like I can't wait to see what recipe I must recreate. And thank you so much, Jossam, for including us and giving me a reason to cook something that my son will now devour. Salutations, everybody. It's me, Nancy Cole, and I'm here today with the big. Why? Because of Disgiving, which is a wonderful and amazing collaboration. This is year number 2 that Jossam from Awesome Jossam created and brought together just a bunch of friends and people that he would have for Friendsgiving, but since we're part of the Disney YouTube community, he called it Disgiving. So if you're new here, welcome. And if you're returning, welcome back. You know what to do to let us know if you like us or you don't, and how to stick around if you choose. We do greatly appreciate it. So this is just a collaboration where you get to make a dish or a drink or a dessert or food that you would bring. What dish would you bring to Disgiving? So I'm going to show you how I made this. This is, you could call it cauliflower stuffing if you want to.
No, you have to give it a better name than that. You could call it stuffing.
I put it under like the flower from Bambi. You can call me Flower if you want to, but it's cauliflower stuffing. I am primarily gluten-free. And this is a recipe I've used many years. I kind of tweak it. I will give you the rough estimate and insert the footage of me making it, and then we'll be back to try it.
And we're going to start in my favorite place, which is Pinterest. And I have a cauliflower stuffing recipe that I like, but I do omit a few different things. And I have all my ingredients. I have a large head of cauliflower. I ended up going with 2 stalks of celery, 1 white onion, 6 tablespoons of butter, 3 slices of your choice of bacon. I have a tablespoon of minced garlic, 3/4 of a cup of chicken broth, salt and pepper, dried thyme, fresh sage because I really love the flavors of fresh sage, dried cranberries, and I will also add in some coriander because I love coriander. And now starting the process with a saucepan on the stove, I will end up heating the 6 tablespoons of butter and chop up the bacon. And with that, I have my oven heating up to 450 degrees. I don't know how you prefer to do it, but I always make sure I'm utilizing different chopping blocks and that I have a garbage bag right next to me for an easy cleanup. Once your bacon is all cut in small pieces, you take the 6 tablespoons of butter, go ahead and put both of those in the saucepan on a medium to high heat, and just make sure that they do not burn. I use actual butter, unsalted butter, so let's get that going. And when that is heating up, we're going to go ahead and start chopping everything up. I'm going to start with the celery, taking off both ends, and chop it in thin slices. You need about a cup, but it really is per taste. I love celery because it adds a crunch. start with cauliflower. Just cut off the end. What you're looking for is larger bite-sized pieces. So however you choose to cut yours is going to be good. But the smaller the pieces, the more tender it gets, and you do really kind of want that bite. And now on to chopping the onion. I prefer to keep the rooted end together. It helps keep my eyes from watering. So I'm going to go ahead and peel the first couple of layers down, and then I'm going to score the onion in both directions and then just slice through it. But you mince or chop your onion however you feel comfortable doing it. And now we'll utilize about a half a cup to 3/4 cup of dried cranberries, whatever you prefer. Again, this is something that was not part of the recipe that I added because I like the sweetness. And we have all those. We're going to make sure we're stirring our butter and bacon so that nothing burns. Butter will burn and bacon will burn, and we don't want that flavoring. Now I'm going to go ahead and add in all of the spices. First with coriander, probably about a teaspoon of coriander, a tablespoon of minced garlic. If you prefer to freshly mince your garlic, go ahead. I am using this for a time saver. Also then some dried thyme, and I'm going to use about a half a tablespoon of that seasoning. And again, I'd say about a tablespoon of fresh sage. I just grab about 13 to 15 leaves and I mince them up very small. I love the fragrancy of the sage. Now to add some freshly ground pepper, about a teaspoon, maybe a little bit more, and some salt too. Again, you can always add more pepper and salt to taste, so I do go a little light on these. Now that we're just about ready to add everything together, I'm going to take my chicken stock and add it to the butter and the bacon just to heat it up a little bit, and then clean up my work area. Now that everything is all cleaned up, I'm going to take a 9 by 13 Pyrex glass baking dish, and I'm going to add all of my ingredients, giving them a nice little mix. We have the vegetables and the seasonings that are going to go into it, and we're going to mix those, and then we're going to pour on top of that the butter and the chicken stock and the bacon. Again, incorporating everything, making sure it's well mixed before putting it in the oven. and then into the oven it goes at 450 degrees for 15 minutes.
What are you making? It smells delicious.
Oh, it's the cauliflower stuff.
After those 15 minutes, we're going to take it out and just give it a stir. You can test the cauliflower if it's al dente or not. If it still needs to bake a little bit longer, then I put it back in for 15 minutes, checking every 5 minutes because I do not want to overcook the cauliflower.
All right. So let me know, please, if you want to try this, if you have tried the cauliflower stuffing, if there's something you would omit or add in.
I don't know if I've actually had it.
This one I made just a little bit different. This year I added some bacon. So this is the cauliflower stuffing. I really enjoy playing with this every single year, giving it its traditional stuffing
Have you told them
flavors.
that you don't use recipes for anything?
Oh yeah, I don't really. I find a recipe and then I make it my own. I think I got a bite of just about everything, so I'm gonna go ahead and take a bite. I think you just are missing bacon. I gave him the tiniest fork that we own. Like, we have these little tiny petite forks and I really love to eat with them. So I love the way all the flavors meld together. Is it a replacement for stuffing?
Yes.
No, not really. It is a dish all of its own, but it has all of those stuffing flavors, that fresh sage, the chicken. I love it, and I would choose to eat this over the stuffing, hands down. It's really good. I
Okay.
guess he likes it.
This is what I'll say. I dislike stuffing.
Mm-hmm.
I hate the mushiness of stuffing and stuff like that.
But the flavors are good.
The flavors are really good.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact of the matter is, if you replaced our stuffing with this,
I do it every year.
I think I don't remember ever having it yet either. I like
So that's what we have. I'm glad he approves. Apparently we get to Thanksgiving and he sees the gigantic turkey and ham and stuff. I bring a few extra dishes because I can't eat the traditional food that is baked there. And this has become a staple. I really played with the recipe,
It's really good.
but I really love the flavors. I love how
It's
the
very
celery.
buttery.
Yeah, you taste the butter and the chicken stock and the sage and the cranberries.
That's what it is.
The cranberries give you that sweet little bite, but the celery gives you that crunch. So I
A
love
little bit
them.
of saltiness too.
Yeah, I love them all together.
The
The
bacon
bacon
adds.
adds the
Yeah.
salt, and the bacon this is the first year I used bacon, but I'm so happy with this and I hope that you enjoy. Let me know if you try it. We wish you an absolutely wonderful Thanksgiving. May you find many things to be thankful for. Forgive things that have been trying for you in your current season of life, and that
Pre-orders.
oh my god. And that you find not only blessings of family and friends, but good health and a very wonderful coming into the Christmas season. And a great, big, beautiful tomorrow. Bye-bye.